Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Caroline Garnett McGraw with The Clearing, and we're a non 12-step dual diagnosis residential addiction treatment center. And what that means is that we help to debunk a lot of the mental health myths and the addiction myths that keep people from healing and recovery. And one of the most prevalent myths is the myth of just get over it. And as our co founder and CEO, Joe Kelzer, likes to say, so many of us think that there's this magical age. We get to this magical age, say it's 25 or 30, and we think that when we hit this magical age, that the events of our past and the events of our childhood, they just don't matter anymore, and we should just get over it. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't work that way. And fortunately, there is a better way, which we'll get into today. Because you probably already know this, right? You've probably already told yourself, just snap out of it, just get over it. It's not a big deal, just shake it off. But you still struggle with the same mental and emotional issues. They keep coming up. So, why is that? That's what we're going to dive into today. So, what I'm going to share with you is based in developmental psychology and also has some influences from Gestalt psychology as well. I will also put some more links to our blogs in the description so you can read more about this process in detail. But basically, I want to give you a really powerful tool to use when you get upset, and specifically when you get triggered. When you've got something going on for you that just pushes all of your buttons and you go from 0 to 60 and you're just really, really upset. And this works particularly well with issues that you think shouldn't be a big deal. Like your rational mind knows, for example, I'm in traffic, that guy just cut me off. This shouldn't be a big deal. But your mind is not the one in the driver's seat. Your emotions take over and something kicks in and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that guy. I can't believe he's doing this. And I shared that same example in yesterday's video about how to handle upset. This idea that when our buttons get pushed, again, rationally, we know, okay, what I'm doing might be an overreaction, but we don't know how to stop it. Our emotional buttons get pushed. So again, this is really helpful when you know that you're overreacting to a certain stimulus, or if people that you love and trust are looking at you like, why are you freaking out right now? And if you have trouble explaining what's going on for you, this could be a really, really helpful exercise. So in our program, we call it Follow the Energy Back. And here's how it works. So, as with any practice, the first step is to get as calm and as peaceful as you possibly can. And the way we say it in our program is that we center ourselves in our loving heart. And what that means is that we get centered in compassion, in unconditional love. What's helpful for a lot of people is to picture a newborn baby, to picture a dog, a cat, a pet, just a being for whom it's really easy for you to feel that. And that's how you start the exercise. And the next thing you do is go back to a time when you were really upset. It might be 5 minutes ago, it might be 5 hours ago. When did you last, you flew off the handle, either externally or internally, and you had this seeming overreaction? And then you ask yourself, okay, where do I feel that in my body? You get really specific about that feeling. Is it like a huge knot in my stomach? Is it that my throat gets choked up? Is it that I feel my face flush with rage or shame? Where do you feel it in your body? Get really specific and narrow down, okay, this is the exact place that I feel it. And then you ask yourself a very powerful question. And that question is, what's the first time that I can remember feeling this way? What is the very first time in my whole entire life that I remember feeling this way? This specific energy, this specific feeling in my body. And then you sit with that question. The answer might not come up immediately. Your brain will sort of flip through memories like a photo book of, is it this one? Is it this one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Or you might know right away. But often when you're first starting this exercise, it takes a little bit of practice. You have to feel for the emotional connection between what you're experiencing now and what you've experienced then. And again, you want to go back to the very earliest time that you can remember feeling this particular emotion and sensation, really. And you'll know when you found it because it feels like a, ah, oh, right, yes, that's it. It's like a little mini eureka moment. Like it just, something clicks into place, something snaps, and you're like, yeah, that's it. That's right. You'll feel it. It's a feeling of connection. And often, not always, but often, that very first time will happen in childhood. And the reason that we say this is because, of course, we have a lot of our firsts in childhood. And so often that's the place where, oh, that's the first time I felt shame like that. Or that's the first time that I felt so angry like that. And so once you've gotten like, okay, now I remember this is the first time. So to use that example of the guy cuts you off in traffic and you feel rage, you feel like, how dare he do that to me? How dare he do that? And then maybe you go back and the first time that you remember is, I don't know, maybe you were punished for something that your sibling did, for example. Maybe your mom and dad sent you to your room thinking that you did something like, I don't know, you threw the garbage all over the room and it was really your sibling. And you felt that sense of indignance and powerlessness. And it was just, oh, it was awful. So again, once you've got that memory, your job now is to reparent that younger part of yourself. So you're the grown-up now, and your role is to support 5-year-old you or 6-year-old you or however old you were. And so you just sit with that younger self and you say, tell me everything. Tell me what's going on for you. What's it like for you? And you listen. Listen as your younger self tells you what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what's it like. And really, really take it in. And then you get to ask them a powerful question, which is, what do you need to feel safe and loved? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a rain and thunderstorm outside of our house right now, so you can hear the thunder crashing in the background, but we'll continue as long as we have internet access. So again, that question is, what do you need to feel safe and loved? And then wait for the younger part of you to respond. And here's the thing, it might be scary for you to ask this question because you'll think, oh my God, what if the younger me wants something that I can't deliver? But if you spent time with little kids, you know that usually their wants are pretty simple and pretty straightforward, and their needs are pretty direct. It's, I need a hug. I need my mommy. I need my daddy. I need somebody to be with me. Or I need help with this. You know, it's usually very immediate, very simple, very straightforward. And often it comes down to presence, comfort, and love. And you can offer that to your younger self. You can be that parent, that loving figure that they always wanted. So, as an example, when your younger self says, I need you to tell me that I'm not bad because, you know, I got sent to my room or something like that. And you can say, oh, honey, of course you're not bad. You're just fine. I love you. And just offer that reassurance that your younger self needs. Or maybe it's, I need a hug. Okay, sure. Give yourself a hug. The key here is to really offer love to the parts of yourself that hurt. Take that hurting child, take him or her into your heart, and offer love and compassion. Because that's how we heal. When we apply love to the parts of ourselves that hurt, that is when we heal. And that's the beauty of following the energy back. We get to find that part of ourselves that's hurting. And the reason it's come up for us right now is because that part is still hurting and it still needs attention. I said this in the other video. It's like when you get a splinter in your foot, and every time you put pressure on it, you feel that pain. And it's a signal. I need to pay attention to this. I need to get some first aid. And emotionally, it's the same way. When you go into that place of upset and you're in a lot of pain, it doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It means you have a metaphorical, emotional wound or splinter or whatever you want to call it, and you need some emotional first aid. That's all it means. Pain is a signal that there's something that needs to be tended to and that needs love and needs healing. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I'm just going to pop my eyes over to the comments because I know we have some people watching live. Kimberly says hello. Hi, Kimberly. Christine sends a heart. Michael says hello. And Michael also says awareness is hard when our buttons get pushed. Yes, but essential to stay peaceful. Awareness is the key. Exactly. It's taking a moment to be the watcher in that situation and to pull back enough to think, what's really going on here? Get curious about your own reactions and your own responses. And I think so often we just go through our lives and, oh yeah, that really pissed me off, but I don't know why. I don't know why it happened. And we don't get curious enough to really uncover the root cause. And part of why that is because we're scared that if we uncover the root cause, then we won't know what to do with it and we won't know how to help. But it's actually simpler than we think. And it just is about applying love to the parts of ourselves that hurt. And granted, when you're first starting out, it is really, really helpful to have a trusted, trained counselor to help you through this because it is a learned skill. But once you have that foundation, and that's what we teach in our program, essentially, we really teach people to be their own self-counselors and to take their power back so that they can have that awareness that you're talking about. You can say, wow, I'm really getting triggered here. What's going on? How can I help that younger part of me that's really scared? So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And know that if this is an issue for you, if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, substance abuse, trauma, any issues where you're struggling with that kind of pain that we're talking about, that ongoing mental and emotional pain, then there is help available. You can always give us a call, a free confidential call at 425-275-8600. Once again, that's 425-275-8600. We're here to help. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.